On Bulletin Board this week, from music concerts and music programs to addiction interventions, national shutdowns, and introducing Russell's Roundup, to another big question and what's up with Chad. You're watching Bulletin Board. So what were you talking about, Russell?
We were talking about the song we sang, man. That one sang the Pat is something very high. Like 3 octaves, bukan wat sy sing.
I hear you. But, okay, wait. Are we rolling?
I don't know.
Already? Guys, I'm not emotionally prepared for this.
Surprise! And welcome to the final bulletin board for the year, where the scripts are optional and the chaos is compulsory.
Welcome back, Orion. At this point of the year, we're all confused and none of us know what day it is, but not to worry.
We are here with your announcements, church events, and whatever Lisa added to the script without telling me.
I regret nothing.
And if anything goes wrong during this episode,
Which it will.
just remember, it's the last one for the year, boundaries are low, sanity is limited.
Let's do this. For Christ already put out their poster months before their debut concert. Demensas was organized. Oh, and just because we have a guest host doesn't mean that we're not going to get honest, you and me, now and again. Ne? Guest host must stay with. Anyway, back to business. I was very privileged to be at the concert. Very nervous about the parking situation, but I loved every single minute of the concert, so it was worth it. A lovely venue. I appreciated the crosswinds and so on. Bali's was hot, man. Check out some memories from the concert. Gotta switch quickly.
Now, trust Lisa to make her own party right in the middle of a concert. The 6th of December 2025 will probably go down as the most popular date in Sabbath afternoon music. Let me just list them for you. Paul East held an annual music program with the theme Homeward Bound. The Alphen Pathfinder Club, that's Bonteheuwel SDA Church, held a talent evening with singing, poetry, instruments, and so much more. Now this next one I had to read very slowly. And stay with me now. It was the Riverside SDA Church inviting all of us to a program entitled Under His Wings, presented by Steenberg SDA Church Choir at Riverside Church. I have it on good authority that it was a beautiful experience. And then yet another music program on the 6th of December, an afternoon musical at the Swartland District Rally. We certainly can't complain that we didn't have options. Also, this just goes to show that music still remains an important feature in our church. Love this.
Actually, speaking of loving music, this reminded me now of the program on 8 November at Bellville SDA Church. It's become an annual thing, hosting the Moravian Brass Band at Bellville, put together by Elder Alan Seister, facilitated by Elder Colin Lawrence, and led in congregational singing by Pastor Arnold Alexander. There was hymn singing, there was the brass band playing, there was special music, and another highlight, poetry. You can check it all out on the Bellville SDA Church YouTube channel, but just take a look at this.
It's been said that my God is bigger and broader than a church and its borders, that is big and is broad enough to reach poor people in city corners. So allow me the undoubtable honor to present before you the servant master on bent knees, washing the pauper's feet, to wash away ill-purposed journeys while we choose to use our limbs to gather sins like dirt. He scrubs our souls to make them pure like the soul of a newborn, deserting paradise to dine with lowly outlaws, so that the lost may be lost to their ways, rebelling with a cause they walk in his presence, and he burns in their essence, while we more concerned with political connects. Like the only way into heaven is through being politically correct, but my God is bigger than that. He's bigger than any sermon ever preached, even in your choice of vernac. He's big enough to fit in your chest, in your ear, in your mind and breath, big enough to sit on your tongue, so watch your words. He's bigger than the portrait of a man with holes in his hands. He's bigger than a cross. He's bigger than a fence around a building we often call church. He burns like a raging fire to keep the homeless warm in the winter, using the heat of summer like a kiss on the skin of both the righteous and the sinner, while we behave like we have the right or the wisdom to discern between the two while we have neither. judging salvation on church attendance and tithe returns, while we persecute each other to the point of no return. But my God can still reach those that walk out and never return. So even the lost are found and the found are lost. Quite a paradox. And God loves both. So when the rain falls, it washes away every man's tears and cradles every man's fears. For my God is a comforter, a shield, a sword, and spear. My God is a warrior, a puzzle so complex only He can comprehend His own magnitude and depth. Yet we still try to restrict Him to the voice of a theological scholar who sins like all men, worships other gods, and covets his neighbor. But my God is bigger than that. He's bigger than pinstriped suits and stilettos, worn by the wealthy of our age who are too good to preach the word in the ghetto, who pray with a hungry brother in the sanctuary yet refuse to feed him, who choose not to believe but would rather follow the rules of a religion. My God is bigger than a religion or denomination. He's bigger than a cappella music or a praise and worship band. He's bigger than the shoes and clothes you wear, so feel free to lose the tie and let down your hair, because my God is big enough to love you where you sit, because my God is bigger and broader than a church and its borders. He's big and is broad enough to reach poor people in city corners. He doesn't reserve himself to churchgoers.
This one caught my eye. Goodwood SDA Church recently ran a program called Don't Get Hooked, Get Healed. And listen, catchy title. Sounds like something you'd expect to see on a bumper sticker saying like, hoot if you love Jesus, and so on. Honestly, I love that churches are getting brave and talking about addiction out loud. It's real, it's around us, and it affects way more people than we realize. But this is why I'm so moved when I see these kinds of programs being offered. The thing is, our churches are sometimes very good at tackling the behavior. Stop this, don't do that. And not so good at asking the golden question. But why though? Because addiction isn't usually about the thing itself. I mean, no one wakes up one day and thinks, you know what my life needs? A brand new struggle. No. Most of the time, people are just trying to soothe pain they don't know how to name. Trauma, especially the kind we never talk about, has a sneaky way of driving our coping strategies. It's like running Windows 95 in the background, slowing everything down, freezing at the worst moments, and we don't know what program is crashing. Meanwhile, churches are trying to install antiviruses without checking the wiring. When we focus only on the addiction, we risk missing the wound underneath. But when we gently ask, what happened to you? Instead of, what's wrong with you? That's when healing becomes more than a slogan. That's when compassion shows up with its sleeves rolled up. So, if you're struggling, or somebody you love is trying to navigate this, just know you're not broken. You're not beyond hope. And you definitely don't have to do this alone. God is not out here shaking his head at you. He's the one sitting next to you saying, let's untangle this together. And that's your friendly public service announcement from Bulletin Board, where we deliver the news, the updates, and the occasional emotional plot twist. Stay tuned.
So, while Lisa had us all thinking deep thoughts about addiction, trauma, Windows 95, let me take you to something that had South Africa doing something we haven't done since, well, ever. Being quiet at the same time. On the 21st of November at exactly 12 o'clock, women all across South Africa just stopped. Mid-email, mid-meeting, mid-skinner, mid-can I speak to the manager? Boom, flat on the floor, silent. For 15 whole minutes. Now listen, as a South African man, I must confess, the idea of thousands of women going silent, probably the most terrifying thing I've ever heard. That's not peace. That's judgment approaching. And then, did you see the purple profile pictures popping up? Everywhere. I opened my phone and thought, did Facebook introduce a Thanos mode? Did I miss an update? No. It was solidarity. Powerful, loud, quiet solidarity. All at once. The thing is, the reason for the shutdown wasn't funny at all. It was because on average, 15 women are murdered in our country every single day. 15. Not in a war zone, not in a movie, right here, every day. And while women are lying down in silence, our country was being reminded of something men often don't say out loud. This is not a woman's issue. It's a men's issue. At the end of the day, it shouldn't take a national shutdown, purple profile pictures, and thousands of women literally lying on the ground for us men to step up, speak up, intervene, and teach our boys differently, and hold each other accountable. So from all of us here at Bulletin Board, and especially me, a message to the women of South Africa. We see you, we hear you, we love you, and we're standing up because you shouldn't be lying down to be noticed.
Sure. Don't you want to run for the city of Cape Town mayor or something? It's nogals inspirational, no? Well, catch your breath. You're going to need it because next up, gather yourself for Russell's Roundup.
Hi everyone, welcome to the very first Russell's Roundup. Now I don't understand that because Russell and his roundup, the first time in the last episode, it makes no sense. But nonetheless, I am Russell and that's all you need to know. And you know what? I'm going to bring you through and catch you up on everything youth ministries related for the last couple of months of 2025. So let's get straight into it. So first there was the Youth Olympia that took place at Vygiskraal. And you know what Vygiskraal means, nah? It means a succulent enclosure for livestock. So that already means that we were winning. And you know that race that I participated in, that last race of the day where I did actually walk, I did win from the back. And the day was electric. Sprinting, jumping, throwing, and a few dramatic relay handoffs. Some teams even dropped the baton and they still managed to finish. Because you know what? That chaos plus persistence equals finishing. And the stands, they were loud, the people were shouting, they were chanting, they were cheering, and occasionally, more than occasionally, very often, they were shouting for the wrong club. But we must know how it happens. Beyond the laughs, the Olympiad brought the youth together. It strengthened friendships and kept the competitive spirit healthy. A brilliant day all round. Next was the Pathfinder Fair. Uniforms were crisp. Marching was, well, mostly crisp, but very enthusiastic. Some clubs marched like a dream, while others, well, if you were there, you would have seen it. Between marching, skills exhibits, first aid, knots, semaphore, and a few I thought we were supposed to turn left there moments. The day felt like a mini festival. It ended with a closing ceremony, great photos, and very sore feet, as it most normally should, nah? And then our adventurers, the little ones, they brought their adorable chaos. Little lambs and helping hands marching together. Left was right, right was left, but it was cute for really reals. Circle ball, hula hoop relays. I tried that one, but the hula hoop didn't go very far, nah? But it was joyful. It was off the charts. And honestly, the marching deserves its own mention. hundreds of young people, drums, sometimes on beat, sometimes off beat, sometimes I don't know where the drummers were. One club doing a perfect about turn while the other invented something. They invented something. But it was memorable, it was fun, and it was straight from the heart. We're now in the assessment and investiture phase where we check in books, counting honors, seeing who marched with grace, even when the drums went rogue. It's the time of celebration, reflection, and lots of photos from proud parents. Then at Bay Cafe, our hot potato topic was keeping the Sabbath. Yeah, the youth honestly shared how hard it was and how hard it can be to keep the Sabbath. With school and work and non-stop notifications from WhatsApp. But the takeaway was hopeful. We don't enter the Sabbath alone. God carries us into rest, a needed reminder. And then, how can we forget AY Good Times? What a season it's been. You have AYGT that was on fire this year. First, it was that AY Good Talks, where they tackled the tough topic of pornography with honesty and grace. AY Good Tidings, a deep dive into the sanctuary message that made theology come alive like never before. Then the AYGT car rally. The day where GT did definitely not stand for Gran Turismo. Wrong turns, fast clues, navigators praying underneath their breath, pure chaos, but pure joy. And then the carols by candlelight, warm, worshipful, and the perfect close to a powerful season. AY Good Times definitely showed again that when youth gather with purpose and joy, God shows up. What a season it's been. From high octane athletics to uniform display of pride and purpose. From little adventurers wobbling through to pathfinders marching in those stadiums with pride. From serious races to delightful sus marching moments. It was a wonderful whirlwind of growth, fun, and faith. These events did more than fill a calendar. They built a community. They stretched young people physically, socially, and spiritually. They reminded everybody that youth ministry isn't just about looking good in uniform and marching straight, although that is fun. It's about being shaped into young disciples with hearts for service. A shout out to every youth, every leader, every parent who became an Uber driver for Jesus this year. You kept the ministry moving, meaningful, and magnificently loud. And that's it for this edition of Russell's Roundup. In 2026, I promise you, I'll be bringing you one of these every episode, not just in the last one. But that is only if they invite me back. See you in 2026. Same energy, but with fewer lost water bottles. Peace out.
Just checking, Lisa. Which race did you run again at the Senior Youth Olympiad? Okay, I guess I'll have to make sure that I'm at the next one to collect some more evidence. But right now, let's cut to another big question.
My name is Annie Chikanangana, and I believe that as Christians, we do idolize a lot of things in our lives. And sometimes when we idolize things, we do not often realize that that is the thing that we idolize. So when it comes to people that idolize sports, it's always good to refer to the Bible, using examples in the Bible that of people that excelled physically, because they put their faith in God. You know, like for example, like they said Elijah ran faster than the horses, or David defeating Goliath, and Samson had strength. And so if you use those examples that these people put God first in their lives, and that's the only way they could achieve that physical strength, then if you minister to these people, telling them that they can also achieve this physical strength through God, they will feel more determined to put God first in their sports. Because most of the times they do not realize that they are idolizing the sports, and what they're really aiming to achieve is physical strength or athletic abilities. But if they put God first, then God is going to help them to get where they want to be.
So I think that we should. It's not our place to judge people who idolize sports, but we should try and educate them about what they should do and what they should know before idolizing sports. So I think it's our job to just educate them and make sure that they know that there is another way, or there is something else, a higher power that they should believe in.
Do you have a big question you're burning to ask us? No worries. Send us a WhatsApp on our WhatsApp number 63,400,084,000 billion one. Listen properly. Okay. 063 484 1632. And we'll get some responses and share them here on Bulletin Board. And as always, next time, reserve some space on your plate for another big question. Next up, let's find out what's up with Chad.
Greetings and blessings, and welcome to What's Up with Chad. We are back after quite some time, and we are back with our last episode for 2025. It has been a good year, a fun year, and we thank you for the support that you have been showing us throughout. Now we are in the month of December, and I've observed a lot of weird things that happens, right? So have you noticed that throughout the year there has been no money and finances has been a bit shaky, right? As kids, you go to ask your parents, like, mommy, daddy, can I have some money? And they're like, no, we don't have money. We need to do things for. And then in December, all of a sudden, boom, there's money out of nowhere, you know? And then there's money for like fireworks, there's money for food, and there's money to go on a holiday. Crazy. And speaking about holidays, I've noticed that people don't actually go on holiday in December, but in January, the month that you're supposedly not supposed to have any money, you know? That is so weird. But the one that takes the cake, and I've heard this disclaimer, I've heard this, is that relationships are very fragile in December. Now, I've been told that if you are in a relationship, that it is advisable for you to put your relationship on hold, on pause, to say that, hey, I need a break. And then in January, you restart the relationship. Now, I do not know the whys, but apparently that is the situation, right? And so this has me wondering, all these golf drivers, the ladies that are sitting next to you, are they the actual partner, or, you know? And then, ladies, are you guys the designated passenger princesses in those in those golf cars? And I do not want to offend any Gola drivers, I'm sorry, I respect you guys, you know. Or maybe it's your cousin. I don't know if that excuse still works. But anyway, let's behave. All you need to know is that we have programs set in place to keep the children of God out of compromising situations. So please do stay tuned as we advertise the following events. Let's get it. First up, we have the SDA Orchestra and Choir, and they invite you to join them so that you can use your gifts and talents to glorify God. And this is open to all vocal ranges, to all instrumentalists. So you can join. Please do join. And if you want to, do contact the number 083 212 6863, and you will be contacting Kevin Mayton. That is Kevin Mayton on 083 212 6863. Up next, we have the Heidelberg Seventh Adventist Church presenting the greatest story ever told. Now, this will be held on the 12th of December at 7:30 in the evening. So that is 7:30 p.m. And they'll ask you to come and join them for this Christmas collaboration filled with music. So do make or do point out that date, or save the date rather, and do scan the poster for more information. Thirdly, we have Tales River SDA Church presenting No Other Name But the Name of Jesus. Amen. And so this program will be held on the 13th of December, and it is a full day program starting in the morning from 9:15, and then in the afternoon the music program will be at 4 o'clock, or start rather at 4 o'clock. And the guest speaker for that day will be Pastor Hilary Bikes, hailing all the way from Auckland, Australia. So that is an event you don't want to miss. Save that date. Lastly, we have two events happening on the 20th of December. We start with Steenberg presenting From Grace to Glory, and they will be having a special Sabbath service, a music divine service, and that is going to be such a beautiful thing. And it will be starting at 10:45. Now, I will advise you to attend, or to start attending, at 9:15 to have the full experience of that service. Likewise, we have Belleville SDA Church presenting a similar program, and which will also be starting at quarter to 11, which is entitled "There Is a Song in the Air." Now, one thing I can tell you about these programs is that it is amazing. It is food for your soul, and it will prepare you as you go or as you bid farewell to 2025. So whether you're at Belleville on the 20th or at Steenberg, please do save that date and try and make it for one of them. It is going to be beautiful. I can assure you of that. For our nostalgia, we are taking the time to celebrate one of our oldest learning institutions. Yes, we are looking at Heidelberg College of Higher Education. Now, this institution was started in 1893, and back then it was known as Union College. It was the first Seventh Adventist college outside of North America. And we are giving a shout out to everyone who has supported and made the institution what it is today. If you want to feature in this segment, please do send in your images and information to our Come Along contact details. And now, for our Where Do You Worship? We are looking at 5 beautiful ladies standing in front of the Square Hill SDA Church. Now, for this Where Do You Worship? We are going out of the province into the Northern Cape province. We are actually going to its heart, to a place known as the Diamond City, formerly known as Kimberley, also the place where the first SDA church was in South Africa. Now, this is one of my favorite places to visit, and I thought for our last episode that we will give a shout out to the people of Kimberley. If you want to feature in this segment, please do send in your images to our Come Along contact details. Flate, my story is 8. For this year, I've given you all the dates, but now it's time to hang out with my mates. On this year, I'm closing the gate to prepare myself to start the new year on a clean slate. And with this, I say blessings on blessings on blessings with love from our God above. Until next time.
In news from our channel, did you enjoy Him Along Season 6 as much as we have? We didn't want it to end. No, really. We are as blessed as much as you are by the episodes that we put out each week. So, keep repeating your favorite episodes over and over until we bring you Season 7 in 2026. But before you get too sad, we have a gift for you. You must know, this channel is the gift that keeps on giving. On Friday, 19 December, we bring you a very special Him Along episode to set the tone for your holidays.
Shine Along, Life's Lens, Brothers in Mind, Top 5. Recognize any of these names? No? Well, that makes sense. These are some of the new shows on our channel you can look forward to in 2026. And then you can also expect the return of some regulars. Pray Along, Small Room Concerts, The Power of 3, and so much more. We are going all out for you, our loyal viewers. And you, our viewers, just have one job. Share the show with all your friends. Copy the link and drop it into your contacts.
There we go. And after the special Him Along episode on 19 December, we're going to take a break. Well deserved, even if I must say so myself. Until the end of January 2026. So, if you'd like more info on what's happening when, or you're looking for us in between shows, you can catch us on our Facebook page, our YouTube and WhatsApp channels, our Instagram and TikTok accounts, and our WhatsApp number 063-484-1632. And just like that, we've reached the end of another year of Bulletin Board. Can you believe it? I blinked and suddenly it's December. I'm sure I heard Boney M somewhere in ShopRite, and everybody is pretending they're still at work while their brains have already gone on holiday.
Listen, at this point of the year, I think all deserve a certificate of merit just for surviving the group chats, the load shedding. That one uncle that keeps on sending 7-minute voice notes.
I think I'm that auntie. But truly, thank you. Each time you've tuned in, sent your news, shared your events, laughed with us, and sometimes even cried with us, you're the reason this little corner of the internet keeps growing in our heart and community.
And to every church, every ministry, every person doing the quiet, uncelebrated work, we see you. You are the backbone of Bulletin Board. Without you, we'd just be two people talking to a camera, making jokes that we think is funny.
And as we wrap up 2025, we pray you end this year with hope, with rest, and with the reminder that God has carried you through every up and every down.
And we'll be right back next year. Same place, same chaos, same love. Ready to share your stories all over again.
So from all of us at Bulletin Board,
Happy holidays.
Please watch the poster reel after the credits. All right, that's a wrap. No, that's a wrap.
Sorry, just trying to add some sound effects there. And the next on Bulletin Board.
Wait, what are we saying again?
I don't know, just smile. People can notice when you panic. And thank you to Sister Lisa, help me here.
You started it, finish your race.
Lord, give me phonics.